Please?
Lydia, don't behave like a brat.
Pulse is fast.
What do you think? Is it the liver?
Possibly. A little yellowish.
It's the liver, all right.
I think she should be in bed.
Oh, well, she can stay in bed until tomorrow morning, but not a moment later. We're leaving for Virginia in the morning. I'll take her along if she's as yellow as a Chinaman. All right, go to bed, young lady. I'll go to the lecture alone. Don't look so glum. Ted McMillan didn't get me without a fight. Fought like a tiger shark. Once aboard the lugger and the gal is mine. Reeves dead, I guess. James, see that Miss Lydia's bags are packed for the morning. Liver or no liver, she leaves at dawn. Now show me to my carriage.
Oh, Michael, you're a gentleman. I must hurry. We have to be at Quincy at 8 o'clock.
Father, I've just been told I was a gentleman.
You are, my son.
A gentleman's never told he's a gentleman.
Good heavens. Do you think Mr. Fairfield's coming home a tall man?
He's been called to draw a will for a dying man, and he'll come when he can.
We told us to meet him here at 8 o'clock.
So he did, but the Lord willed otherwise. Maybe you two'd better come back in the morning. When my son comes home, it'll be from the side of the dead, and he'll be sorrowful and tired.
I guess maybe we'd better.
Maybe we'd better.
We'll come back in the morning. Good night, ma'am.
Good night, ma'am.
Doggone shame about that dinner I've ordered. Champagne and everything. They made me pay for it all in advance, too. Room and all. Boy, I could sure go for that dinner about now. Oysters, bluefish, chicken, ice cream, and pie.
Bob, why can't we have it anyway? I mean the dinner and champagne.
You mean it?
Yes, there's no harm in it, is there?
No, of course there isn't, but are you sure? Oh, gee, Lydia, this is swell of you. Hey, driver, the Quincy house, get a move on. I'm Mr. Robert Willard. I reserved a room yesterday.
Oh, yes, Mr. Willard. May I offer my heartiest congratulations, Mrs. Willard? And you too, sir.
Thank you.
Room 22. Will you come this way, please?
And serve the dinner right away, will you?
I'm sorry, sir, but the kitchen closes at 9. However, there is your champagne, sir. I could serve you and Mrs. Willard your wine myself. I can fix you up some sandwiches, too, if you like.
We could have the wine anyhow, honey. What kind of sandwich would you like?
I think I'll have a pate.
Very good, ma'am.
Make mine a ham and a roast beef and a cheese.
Very good, sir. This way, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, drink it down, honey.
No, thank you, Bob. I don't want any more. And please don't you have any more.
Why not? Oh, paid for, isn't it? Sure it is.
Here's to you, Lyd. The prettiest girl in Boston.
Ah, boy, was that good.
Well, come on, honey, drink up. Don't be a killjoy.
No, Bob. It's awfully late, and I want to go home.
What, and leave the rest of that bottle? I should say not. Boy, maybe I don't wish we were married right now.
I'm awfully glad we didn't get married.
What do you mean?
I thought it would be so romantic to elope. And now I see what it really means. When I marry, I'll get married in a church, the way I've always dreamed. In the beautiful white gown that my granny wore, with the organ playing and bridesmaids, and boys from the university as ushers, and everyone in Boston there to see me.
What do you mean, when you get married? You're going to marry me, aren't you, honey? Tomorrow?
Bob, please take me home right now.
Well, what do you want to go
Bob.
home for? You're having fun, aren't you? Of course you are.
Bob, I want to go home. Bob! Let me go. You're hurting me.
You know I love you, don't you? Of course you do. And you love me, too. So why not be happy?
Let me go!
What's the matter with you, you little fool? Hey, where are you going?
Commonwealth Avenue, Boston.
You mind if I pay the driver first? Beauty in distress, eh?
Oh, look at him. He's blushing. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, Bob. It's almost my favorite memory.
I've been repenting for 40 years, treating a girl like that, who loved me.
Nonsense. It wasn't love. I loved you and the chandeliers and the fiddle music all together. Ah, it begins nicely, doesn't it?
What does?
Life, you numbskull. Oh, what a time I had with Granny when I told her.
What did you tell her?
The truth.
Oh, I can't stand it. What did she say?
She said to me in a quiet voice, "So he let you go, eh? Well, my child, that's the worst part of the story." I could have jumped up and murdered her.
She was a great old lady.
So if a man hadn't died that evening in Quincy, I would have married you and ended up running a nightclub. Well, it might have been fun at that. More fun than I've had in a way. Sit down, Bob. That's the best thing about life. It keeps on. Uphill and down, around corners and even under the earth.
The river heading toward the sea.
A river of headaches. Golly, but you gave me a bad one, Michael. It lasted a long time. The funeral of first love. Yes?